Good morning, gamers. Today is a fantastic day. Reason being, I've got a game that I've been wanting to pick up for a long time now. GameStop simply did not have it in every time I went up there. They finally had it in today. Picked it up. Sonic's Ultimate Genesis Collection. It has the disc and the manual. This is the Platinum Hits version. Well worth it. Let me just tell you, I was brought up with the Nintendo Entertainment System. Eventually I got a Super Nintendo and so on. I never had a Sega Genesis or a Sega Master System. I eventually, very recently, got a Sega Game Gear. And that's in one of my earlier videos. But, I mean, I knew about Sonic the Hedgehog and I saw all the commercials and I thought, well, I would love to have a Sega Genesis. God, I did not fall for the blast processing bullcrap and purchase that instead of a Super Nintendo, because that would have been a rough decision on my part, because I had played some excellent RPGs on the Super Nintendo and just great games. But let me just tell you, a lot of these games I've never played in my life, and I went through and played part of them today, and I was just going to do a brief overview of some of the games I like, games I don't like, and unlockables I like, in this. Alright. But just to tell you, every game on this disc, I'm just going to read them off out of the manual real quick. Alex Kidd in the Enchanted Castle, Alien Storm, Altered Beast, Bonanza, Beyond Oasis, Bonanza Bros, Columns, Comic Zone, Decap Attack starring Chuck D. Head, Dr. Robotnik's Mean Bean Machine, Dynamite Heady, Echo the Dolphin, Echo the Tides of Time, E-SWAT, Fatal Labyrinth, Flicky, Gain Ground, Golden Axe 2, Golden Axe 3, Kid Chameleon, Phantasy Star 2, Phantasy Star 3, Generations of Doom, Phantasy Star 4, The End of the Millennium, Rystar, Shining Force 2, Shining in the Darkness, Shinobi 3, Return of the Ninja Master, Sonic 3, Sonic 3D Blast, and on a note on Sonic 3D Blast, I actually had that, but I had it for the PC. And that's basically, eventually I did play the later Sonic the Hedgehog games, but that's the first Sonic game I've ever played, was Sonic 3D Blast. I still love that game, simply because really it's the first platformer I played in 3D. Awesome. First 3D platformer I played, and I thought it was awesome. Compared to the Nintendo and Super Nintendo, really looked great. Sonic and Knuckles, Sonic Spinball, Sonic the Hedgehog, Sonic the Hedgehog 2, Streets of Rage 2, Streets of Rage 3, Super Thunderblade, Vector Man, and Vector Man 2. Now the unlockables: Golden Axe Warrior, Phantasy Star, Alien Syndrome, Altered Beast, Congo Bongo, Fantasy Zone, Shinobi, Space Harrier, Zaxxon. And also this game will let you look at artwork and history on the games. Very interesting. But here are the games that I like out of this collection. Beyond Oasis. It's a RPG, it's fun, great graphics, really reminds me of The Legend of Zelda. And Phantasy Star 2, RPG, it's a classic, from what I've heard. And it's graphically, it's not that strong. There are better looking 16-bit RPGs, but it holds its own. Phantasy Star 3, it's a classic. I think personally its graphics are actually better than Phantasy Star 4's. But Phantasy Star 4 is rarer and hard to find these days, really expensive, which is why I'm glad that I got this collection. Shining Force 1. It's a tactical RPG, and it's not that bad. Shining Force 2, the same. Tactical RPG, decent game. Decent graphics, not great. They got this kind of hand-drawn look to them. It's interesting, it's different. Really kind of, in a way, reminds me of Earthbound in the hand-drawn kind of graphics. It's not wonky like Earthbound, but it's interesting. Bonanza Bros. It's just a simplistic, fun game. It's one of them that you can just sit and play. Kind of like Joust. It's just simple, sit, play. You know what to do. Columns. Puzzle game. I love Columns. I love games like Columns. I love Tetris. Dr. Robotnik's Mean Bean Machine. The version of this I played was Kirby's Avalanche. I believe that's what it was called, was Kirby's Avalanche. But I may have that name wrong. But basically, it's a Puyo Puyo game. That's all it is. And Golden Axe 1 through 3. I like the Golden Axe games. I sat and played them for a bit. They're enjoyable. Rystar. Read about this in a game magazine. Never got it. Of course, I had a Super Nintendo. But it's an interesting game. Of course, all Sonic, Sonic and Knuckles, Sonic 2, Sonic 3. Not much to say about them. You know Sonic. I know Sonic. Everybody loves Sonic. I mean, it's hard not to. Fast speed, platforming, greatness. Sonic 3D Blast, I stated my opinion of that earlier, told you my history with that game. Alex Kidd, fun platforming game. Altered Beast, Rise from Your Grave, or however, it's interesting. It's okay. I think it's cool how your dude just beasts out and junk and you transform. That's pretty cool. Now, the games I don't like. There's only 3 of them. And you can send hate mail if you want, but I don't like Fatal Labyrinth. It's a RPG, but it's awful graphically. It looks dreadful. It looks like it was made on the Nintendo or Sega Master System. How that was ever put out on the Genesis is beyond me. I know the Genesis was capable of better graphics than that. And it's just confusing gameplay. I played this for like 2 minutes. I couldn't figure out what to do, and I got killed. Shining in the Darkness. It's a roguelike RPG. I don't like it simply because I don't like roguelike RPGs. So it's nothing personal against that game. I don't like the genre of roguelike RPGs at all. Or the mini genre, I should say. Sonic Spinball. It's okay if you like pinball, but I want to play pinball, I want to play pinball. I want to play Sonic, I want to play Sonic. I don't want to play Sonic in a pinball game or vice versa. Just don't work for me. But now, the unlockable games that I like. Golden Axe Warrior. Fun game. Phantasy Star. Graphically terrible, and very agent, but fun, fun RPG. I love classic RPGs. It does have a roguelike sense, kind of, but you still walk around towns and stuff, so it's not completely roguelike. It breaks it up. Altered Beast for the arcade. Graphically superior and lots of fun. So I strongly recommend this. This is the only game that I've done a single video for, just for this, and it's worth it. This game is great. I strongly recommend it. You can get it for about 18 bucks at your local GameStop. They have it online. You might pay less, you might pay more. I recommend it. Buy that game. If you have an Xbox 360, PS3, I don't know if it's out for Wii, but Xbox 360, PS3, yes. It's got HD graphics, unlockable stuff, multiplayer. It's got achievements. It's got the works. And I don't mean, when I say achievements, I don't mean it's got a couple of achievements. Each game has their own achievements. So you can get various achievements. It is fun. Fun, fun, fun. Wait. I think this game has achievements. May be wrong. Because it's highlighted in orange, so it may not have achievements. I may have ate my words there. But I strongly recommend it regardless.